everybody, welcome back to another video at the channel. Video usual about my trip activities today and the time I spent at the Perth City Leederville that I spent today doing my trip at Leederville, West Leederville and Leederville. So my story begins at 5 p.m. I take the bus to the station and the train to Central Perth Station, which goes past Leederville, which is not the station I'm going to. After going into the city, I scan my transport card again to leave, but I forgot to scan it on the bus, so there are problems. So I scan off and I go off to grab a tropical Red Bull can drink from the local store, but it's 5 a.m. on a p.m. on a Saturday, so everything is closed and there's nothing to do. It's all gone. I walked all that way for nothing. So I get back on the train to Claresmount, and that is where I stop at. It's where I stop at West Leederville, and I'll see if there's anything interesting going on. First thing, once I dismount the train, is that I see a big sign. This is juice box on it, and I love drinking juice. So I head down to the juice field to where I would expect to be tasting delicious juice, but it is all but a ruse. There was no juice, nothing at all, not a single drop. They didn't even sell juice. A scam if I'd ever seen one. Nearby was a fancy wine restaurant. I didn't go in because I can't afford anything. I have but a mere $10 to my name. That is all. So I keep walking down the street, but everything's closed. And I reach, and what do I reach? A gate. And I turn, but a car park with no further ways to get around. A dead end. I was trapped, and I'd wasted time and energy going nowhere. So I left, and I travelled, and I walked. I walked past 5 whole flower stores that sell flowers, but they were all closed. Why did I need so many? It must be something to control the mind and the soul. But everything was closed, but there wasn't anything interesting, so I wandered and I walked until I came upon a main road for which I was lost at. I had to check the map, but the map was confusing and I got lost again. That was until, and what do I reach? A gate, and I turn, but a car park with no further ways to get around. A dead end. I was trapped, and I'd wasted time and energy going nowhere. So I left, and I travelled, and I walked. I walked past 5 whole flower stores that sell flowers, but they were all closed. Why did I need so many? It must be something to control the mind and the soul. But everything was closed, but there wasn't anything interesting, so I wandered and I walked until I came upon a main road for which I was lost at. I had to check the map, but the map was confusing and I got lost again. That was until I discard. No, hold on. So, I entered this fine establishment, discarding the notion that everything would cost too much for a fellow with me, and that they would be scamming me. Grr, I hate the prices. I enter, go to the bar, and ask for a simple Red Bull to quench my unending thirst in this 37-degree weather that was occurring. And when alas, the drink cost $5.50. I had no choice but to fork over my $10 note with much disdain as she took it away from me in exchange for one kind of Red Bull. And as she deposited them pearly golden coins into my hand, my dues $4.50. But at last, the foolish harlequin had given me $5. I had gained an extra 50 cents from this purchase and reduced the price of the drink to a mere $5. Huzzah! And I pocketed this tremendous wealth, obtained my golden drink, and absconded from the patrons at the pub before continuing my way down to central Leederville, which is a long and arduous journey where nothing happened. It was really boring. Then I happened upon the station where I ascended the ramp, saw a father and his son, and stared into their eyes. But they left. Weak! Continuing on with my mighty quest, I travelled down to San Chirios to acquire a churro. I went to go buy a churro meal for one. $7! What are you trying to do to me? Do I look like I have $7 to you? Does this guy have $7? Newsflash, he doesn't. Because he just spent it all on one can of Red Bull. What are you trying to do? Kill me! Disgusting. So I left immediately. Truly troublesome these days. I continued to wander, but nothing really piqued my interest. I was hot, sweaty, thirsty. The Red Bull in my hand laid bare. Its succulent juices drained into my gullet. And still, can in hand, gripping, holding tightly, as this was my ticket to cash. At last, it was worth 10 cents, this can, at the machine of monies. So I had to take it with me, which is kind of annoying. So I headed into the market, and nothing really happened. I mean, there was people, and there was actually stores open. I entered the convenience store, but alas, Pringles are $5, a price I could not afford, even though I have $5. Tragic. It's such a tragedy that our comedy has come to, where a simple man can no longer afford cheesy Pringles. Truly an abomination of this world.